It's not really efficient.
What is means efficient or not efficient? It's a permissionless system. Here is no director or something who can say what is the official and what is not official. And this is the main and coolest idea. So we make the interesting show for the people who are interested in validations and for the validators who are interested in validation. This is nice that it's not something like official stuff. It's not a job when the person needs to go to work at the time. This is the our decision, our lives, and our lives is different. Today we are on the Cosmos TV, and today with us two validators of Iris. It's Audit.one and Melia. Not only validators with us, also Rina with us. Hello, Rina.
Hello, everybody. So I'm happy to be here anyways, despite the fact we have only two validators here. So I will be helping Vladimir to host this event, and I'm just more than happy to be here, yes.
Mikhail from Audit.one and Victor from Melia. They are veterans of our show because they already was on the first show, and today is the second show, and they again with us. This is very nice and great. This is the cool enthusiasm. This is interesting. What was your first chain that you began to validate? Do you remember it, your first chain? It's like a first love.
Yeah, I mean, our first love was, of course, Cosmos. We come from the Cosmos ecosystem. We started with Cosmos. Cosmos was our first node, and we've been running a Cosmos node since 2019 for one of the products in the persistence ecosystem. And we used to run a node for Comdex, actually even participated in not jailed category of the game of stakes. So we've been an early validator for the Cosmos ecosystem, and we started out with Cosmos.
And Victor, Melia, what was your first chain? First chain, like a first love. You will never forget your first chain.
Yes, I never forgot my first chain because I was still before minor, you know. Proof of stake is totally different to be a minor. And my first chain where I validated was in 2017 in which I color per place. It wasn't in the charts, and it's in the same way. You receive both in the same delegation, and you make blocks in this way. Was before EOS, and my second chain I tried was EOS, but I leave and started Iris. Was my second chain, and since then I am in Iris from beginning, and I am here validating.
Okay, how many networks are validating now?
Yeah, so we are validating about 7 networks now: Cosmos, Kava, Terra, Iris. We have Scale, we have Matic, we have Persistence itself, and Near Protocol. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and for you, Victor?
Yeah, I am validating 11 chains, some testnet, some mainnet. You can see on my web. Not I want to say everything is here.
11 chains
on my web.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So can you tell that it's something like when you began to validate first chain, after you want to validate second, after you want to validate third, and you already can't stop? Will you stop to validate, or you will add more and more chains and it will not stop? No, never.
No, it's not like you stop never, because I'm not looking for that. I try to do a close validating service, maybe more personal than other companies, because I am not running a company. This is a startup. It's starting. Let's see if it's going well or no. But meanwhile, it's very difficult for me because I have to say to people close to me, I can validate in your chain right now because I am busy with other chains. I am looking for hire people, but it's not easy. So I am in one point right now in where I need more people, but not for growth like a crazy. Oh, all for me. No, it's more because some times are really good. I need to support day. I can really right now I can. I need more personal for can because right now there are a lot of change and some not really good ones. Like it is very good trend. It's a really good chain, but people maybe miss because they are based on in Asia, and there is like a barrier of communication. And never mind. But Iris is a very good chain. Is you need to pay attention to Iris. And thanks for everyone who support my validator service. Thank you to everyone who invited me to validate it. I'm sorry because I know there now, but in the future I going to validate your chain. Come with me. Sure.
Cool. And Mikhail, how it's for you? It's hard to stop to validate. Is it something like with tattoos? A person make a first tattoos and second, then third, and then he wants to put all body in tattoos. The same with the validation.
So for us, the process of onboarding a chain is quite different than usual validators because we do a lot more due diligence than other validators. We choose our chains very diligently. We could have scaled to about 15 networks by now, but we have a team in place, DevOps engineers, security engineers, and infrastructure engineers. But we have kind of taken it slowly because we want to ensure that whichever network we support, we do it in a manner where we are able to actually support them rather than just being a part of their validator set. We want to be involved in governance in every step of the way. We have a bunch of chains that we have in our pipeline, but we'll scale it one step at a time.
Yeah, that's cool. So basically, we at Settle, we are validating more than 15 networks as far as I know, and also in testnets. And can you please tell me which network was the best experience from the validation point of view? Like technical stuff and so on.
Yeah, so I cannot speak the technical language here. I am part of the PD team, but from what I know from the engineers, it's very easy to speak to people in the team. It's very easy to get access to all these people. There's no hard feelings. It could be because we are more comfortable with validating Cosmos-based chains because we have been doing that for quite a long time now. But yeah, experiences with scale were amazing. Easy to get in touch with the right people at the right times. It's the most comfortable one for us.
Thank you. And what about you, Victor?
Well, my worst moment in the validation was when get out of the Cosmos set. I get out because I don't have enough delegation, and was really hard for me. People like Dokia and others validators support me in the social media, and I can get in the set again, and then I receive support from Tendermint and from the Interchain Foundation, and I can continue validation from today. But it was you never forget that in your life.
And if we compare Iris chain with other chains that you are validate.
Yes. For example, the more important for me, like validator or not the operator, is when I ask one question in the validator room, what the team responds this question to you. So the team is supporting you because team wants you validate your chain. So no matter what the question is, the response to you. The second is it is always is going one step further others because they launch Iris before Cosmos. They make Iris more decentralized than other chains and was the beginning. And this is really important because it's not easy for anyone launch one chain based in Cosmos and prevent centralization. You can see, don't want to say any name, but you can see chains launch and there are centralization from the beginning. In the right, like more 15 validators. And I feel bad for this validator because they want to participate in one chain and the chain is going to centralization and you can do anything because you are small. They say, no, you are small. You don't have money. You are small. You don't have the skin in the game. How I can have a skin in the game if I am trying to make my skin in the game here, I have all my skin in the game because if I make some mistake, people are going to blame me because no, like the small validator, you can delegate to a small validator because you can delegate to Flash because they don't have no, it's not. And we're here for demonstrate this, and it change support this, and I am very happy. I'm like you because you always support Melea and social media, small validator, and for that I am here with you because I, in the same way, I get invitation for participating. They're the same. They say we are working in decentralization. Come, you come with us for and say no. I am busy right now because they don't do nothing. They just say, I am working for decentralization, but you are doing nothing, bro. You are what you are talking about. You are saying, but but just you are doing something, and I support you, bro. Thank you for this show.
Oh, thank you, Victor. It's so nice to hear. So nice to meet enthusiasts. From this digital connection, I have the real feeling of understanding, and this is so nice
Yes, because the blockchain has love, not only money.
because it's more than profit. And Mikhail, can you tell to us some difference between IrisNet and all others chains that you are validate?
Victor already pointed, the most important is the team. That is one of the reasons why we chose to validate the IrisNet as well. The team is accessible. It's a Cosmos SDK based project, so it's not very different in terms of the technical aspects as well from Cosmos and other Cosmos SDK based chains. Just 38, 39% tokens staked on the network. What Iris has been doing over the last couple of years with partnerships with BSN and all these major events happening for Iris, it's a very strong project. We are glad to be supporting them.
Yeah, I totally agreed on this one. So you've touched upon the topic that the community is the key. So basically, the community is really important, and maybe you can tell us about like the Iris community and your experience with Iris community. And also, I'm interested. Like, is there anything like a fight for delegators among validators or not, or and how it happens normally?
That's a great question, actually. So, from our perspective, Iris has a great community in China, and China has been a strategic location for every other project in the space. Everyone wants to tap into the Chinese community. Every validator, every network has to do that. And Iris has one of the strongest communities in China. Events like stake drop, and at Persistence we came up with stake drop. The opportunity for us when we start distributing our tokens through stake drop is like, we can distribute our tokens not just to people who are staking, Kava or just Cosmos tokens, atoms. We can distribute our tokens to stakers from China, from US, from different locations in the world. And this gives us the opportunity to build a community in China as well. So from a strategic point of view, Iris has a very strong community, and it's great to be connected to them. On your other question, when you asked about is there a fight amongst validators, I don't think so. I think this industry is quite unique in the sense that everyone is ready to help each other. The foundations itself, they are open to delegating if you have a credible background. So I think from that perspective, there's no fight as such. It's an open system. People can choose who they want to stake with. They look at incentives, they look at user friendliness, and it's quite straightforward in that sense. So I think there's no fight as such for delegations. It's a very collaborative space, and it's unique in that sense.
We should invite Dr. Capital. I'm wondering about this. So Victor, do you have some thoughts on this?
Iris is making a lot of advance in his country and in his territory, and in healthcare and with the government, in local tests around the cities. And they are making the last year a lot partners with important sellers of technology there, and I think the people need to pay attention to this. I think the community of Iris is growing right now. I am working from a few months ago like community manager from Spanish community, and we are trying to build one Spanish community. Right now there is a French community, a Philippines community, and it's growing every day. People is making more interest right now after go listing in Binance, because Binance has a lot of users, and this when your coin is in one exchange like this, you get a lot of community, and if you are making progress and people like the project, you can get this community in long term in your space. And this is happening right now because I see how in the chat and the social media Iris is growing time to time.
For me, it's also interesting what Victor think about concurrence between the validators. Is it exist in Iris network? I know that it's a little bit exist in all blockchains, but from chain to chain, it's a different.
Yes, for example, in Irish community is very quiet because you can say all the validators on Iris are from Cosmos and they have a lot of experience. This is the truth. Almost all validators there are OG validators, and they have a lot of experience, and for that you don't see a lot of chat about validator. Also, like the set is very decentralized. The people is happy, and you don't see a lot of chat about it, but they have 100 validation or 19 something like that, but it's growing and it's going very good because I don't see people. It's because it's easy change, you know. Cosmos is like if you can see it's like the WordPress for making web. You can make blockchain with Cosmos like websites, you know. It's very easy. So validating Cosmos is very easy. Validating it is the same. You don't need a lot of resource. Some big small machine can just VP or a small. You don't only need two cores and 8 RAM. You can run 100 in your disk, and you can run one validator for long term there.
Now I want to become a validator of Iris after
I will try. I will
all
try
I
that
hear
when you.
about Iris. I think maybe I need to become a validator of Iris too.
The secret network coming
Yeah.
in.
Don't miss that.
Okay, so is it time for part 2 or maybe some other questions you have?
No, I think that we can come from the first part to the second part. And
Yes.
as you also, we was thinking that second part, it will be the questions from validators to validators, but you already know each other very good. I don't know, do you have any questions to each other, Mikhail to Victor or Victor to Mikhail?
I think the only question I have for Victor is how do you manage to, run all these networks by yourself, man? You're doing a phenomenal job. It requires
Yeah.
we have a huge team. In fact, every validator does, but I see, you are active on all these groups. It's amazing how you do it, man.
Good question. Yes, I'm totally agreed on this.
Thank you. Well, for me, the more difficult, how to explain myself? Well, before crypto, when I was miner, I only chat on social and some change, you know. So when I start validating, I can separate the social from my life. You know, I have to dedicate more time to social, and this giving less time. So I have to hire some people for help me in social media, and I can attend better the chain where I am working. But I can't do this because I am always working with computers and all this, and for me it's normal because I am 40 years old. When I bought my first computer, I I just burn and buy another and learn. And that's it. For me it's no difficult. Also, I work in one bank in Citibank, and this bank work with black screens because they have all software. And for me, it's normal always black screen. And this, I am learning all time. I am a good learning, I guess.
I think everyone is always learning. The space keeps moving very fast.
Yes, great experience. Victor, maybe you have any questions to...
Yes, I have one question for the other day because I think about, for example, I want to ask to Audit.one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are. It's a good question. I discovered this year, and what for me was a very disappointment. See that Atomic Wallet don't show my validator, but people can delegate it to my validator in this wallet. This wallet is a very big wallet, and when I realized it, because I want to write a guide about this for for people to delegate to my validator. And when I download the app and they say, go to share from my validator, I only see a few validators there. And I see, what the fuck is this? So I call with and the team tell me, we are going to study your proposal and say, I am not selling any proposal. You have to show my validator there. But at the time they don't do that, and they lie to me. So how do you feel about this wallet doing decentralization stuff around the cosmos?
Love it, already.
Wow, that's a tough one, man. Like you put me in a spot there. Nothing against any wallet here, but yeah, I mean, it is supposed to be a decentralized environment, and I think these things should not happen in this space. At least it's not the right way to go about it. I think in my experience, this has never happened, and I've never even heard of such things. It's the first time I'm hearing about something like this, so I myself am shocked. And yeah, it's just not. It's weird.
I think we were in the same situation. Like I think it was happening in Icon. We weren't presented as validators like multiple times. I think just like this wallet should parse like information from blockchain directly, so it shouldn't be like a manual addition of validator. It's fair, and we while building our own platform, we are just looking at these principles, the core principles of decentralization, to let anybody be like presented as a validator. So yes,
I think
for bringing up this question, I think yes.
I think from that perspective, a lot of wallets itself, they have exclusive partnerships with validators and whatnot. So we cannot expect that every wallet will allow every validator to be shown on the platform. But yeah, if 99% of the validators are being shown, then then the rest of the 1% should also be shown. That there's no doubt about that. So from that perspective, it's different. But from a business model, some wallets, I think they just show they just allow staking to one validator. So that's a different thing.
Yeah. That's
But
like
what
the
what
creation by design. Yeah. hmm What do you
what do
want?
you think they are looking doing this? What is the objective of this? Why they chose only a few validators?
Yeah, I think that the biggest problem that we are meeting the blockchain is between the some ideas from the previous paradigm when the people try to earn a lot of money, and from the future paradigm about decentralization, and that we can create our own digital value, and we don't really need to earn something because we are created. And these two ideas of making profit from one side and creation of something totally new from another side sometimes create some very strange moments. Also the same, I was seeing the Trust wallet when I opened the some to choose Kava validators, and I see only 18 or 17 validators in Kava. I say, it can't be. Kava have so many validators.
If you're a validator, you have to learn where you have to, because they give the option to wallet. You can upload your data for your validator. It's one free for a long time. Now they got a small fee, but
Mm-hmm.
but Atomic Wallet you can pay. They say no, here we are working in this. This is the only the validator we can accept, but this wallet is open for you. Can push more validators. But people need to blow out his data.
I think this is the one of the most interesting questions, that because from one side we try to create really decentralized new kinds of connection where we will be seeing not by the concurrence but by the cooperation, and when we will be led by the some cool and interesting ideas of win-win. But from other side, we are meet with something that's not comparable with this. And this is the interesting topics because it's some small inner conflict.
Basically, when business meets blockchain, so it's not like a core blockchain. It's not like a true decentralization, I think. So we shouldn't support things like this. So let's be maximalistic on this.
Yeah, I totally sure that we need to support the true spirit of the blockchain and true spirit of decentralization. And this is the something like, okay, next question. So validators need to represent them to the delegators and speak about themselves. and all validators use different kinds of to attract the delegators. I know that the Audit.one now will be make a stake drop for the Iris holders. And can you tell, Mikhail, more about stake drop for Iris holders and how it's good for you, like for validator and for all network of Iris and for holders of Iris?
Absolutely. So I think stake drop was first implemented by Staffy in a public capacity. We actually, we had the stake drop implementation planned for a very long time. I think we had this written down in May, but had to plan the, stake drop somewhere around the token generation event for persistence. Stake drop ideally the idea was to distribute the tokens as widely as possible. It could be, again, I don't say that the token distribution has to be huge, and that's not the goal. The goal is to have wider distribution, as wide as possible. Again, there are obviously problems like whales who come in and who stake a huge amount and they get huge number of XPRT tokens. But so to tackle that, we kept a cap of 5,000 XPRT tokens per account, so nobody can get more than 5,000 XPRT tokens, which I think at based on our recent valuations of 25 cent per XPRT is I think $12.50. So it's not a huge amount per se, but the goal is to distribute the tokens as widely as possible. How this helps is something that we have already seen in the Cosmos ecosystem, where I think the overall staking ratio of the network improved, so that helped the network in that sense. The number of transactions that were happening per day were higher. Usually in that sense, it helps the network a lot. From a delegator's perspective, if you hold, let's say, Iris tokens and you stake your Iris tokens with any validator, not just Audit.one, it's quite open in that sense. We do not say that you have to stake your tokens with Audit.one itself. You can stake your tokens with any validator of your choice and you'll get rewards. It's just that if you stake with Audit.one, you get higher rewards, since Audit.one is the validator arm of persistence. This helps delegators to just get exposure to XPRT by putting in zero principal. Like if you have to participate in a public sale, you have to put in $1,000, $1,500, and then you get access to a new token. But here you don't have to sell anything, you don't have to do anything, you just have to stake your tokens. It helps the network, it helps you get more tokens in staking rewards as well as XPRT tokens and rewards. So in that sense, it's a very straightforward process. The only risk that you have here is of your validator getting slashed. But if you choose your validator wisely, this is kind of what the high level overview of stake drop is.
I'm interested in like the launch date. I'm just interested about this because I'm sad to participate, and also I'm interested in which difficulties you faced with this apart from the whale problem.
I think the launch date, we haven't internally finalized it yet. We are looking at a Q1 2021 timeline. So that's the roadmap for us, next roadmap. And from difficulties per se, I think we initially expected a lot of whales to participate, and we thought that there'll be a lot of whales who will come in and take 5,000 XPRT per account, but that did not happen with Cosmos, and that has not happened with Kava on analysis. So we've been doing analysis to see if we can make a few changes to the mechanism itself for the future networks. So ideally, when we started with stake drop on Cosmos, there was a linearly increasing cycle where the number of XPRT tokens drop per day would increase, because we thought that as we move later into the campaigns, more number of stakers will come in, and more delegation, which did happen, by the way, which did happen. But the only problem with that is we did not consider, of course we did consider that factor, but it would make more sense for early delegators to be highly incentivized. Since rewards were linearly increasing, these early delegators did not have the upside of coming in early. So we decided to change the mechanism for Kava as well as Terra, which is the next stake drop campaign, which starts tomorrow, to a linear cycle where the same number of XPRT tokens are dropped every single day. So if, with every campaign we learn something new and we try to implement that into the future campaigns. And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot of whales participating in and getting a major chunk of the XPRT rewards. So I think that looks good, but of course open to feedback, open to any ideas that any one of you might have. It would be great. That's all I think.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, okay.
And I know that Victor Melia have one of the best way to attract delegators, and you was attract me like this because one day I think, oh, I need to be a staker. I need to delegate. I opened the list of the delegators and began to look who gives the biggest profit. And I see like Melia 0% commission. I think 0%. This is what I like. I was looking. This is so nice. So it looks like I'm a validator. I will get the same like validator, and this is for me was very attractive. And also tell me, and I see that it's not only in the one chain you have zero commission. You have a zero commission in a lot of chains. I know that not in every, but in many. So tell to and I understand that this is the already cool way to attract the delegators, but maybe you have some other ways.
Yes, first I want to say to Audit.one, I like the idea about the stack drop because I think it was really good idea and almost use Validator for do this. Kudos for day for use it. I like a lot.
Thank you, man.
Well, back to your question. For example, when I was in Testnet Cosmos, we talk about. I say to the team, I don't like the zero commission. I think this is a bug, but everyone say this is okay. Well, when Cosmos launch, I like I say, I get down to the Cosmos validator, so I have to take decision around this. And for me, no was easy drop my commission to zero because maybe I know I have bad look for other validators because they get mad about this, but I can make everyone happy, you know. Delegator for one side, other validator for the other side, in me in the middle. I have to demonstrate to I can do the work because when you don't get delegation, you can show you can validate it. And my point in all this last year was show that one normal person can run one validator without getting flashed because I don't get flashed with any chain. And this is important because people see they can validate it too, and it's important for long term. One blockchain get validator and get decentralization and get master adoption around the world for make real use in your life this blockchain, you know. Because in my opinion, in the future, blockchain is going to be present in the life of everyone. Can be Cosmos, Iris, and it's important people get there. How I attract these people to delegate to my validator was someone dropping commission, other in social media, rating guys, promoting when price is very dumb. So people take a look, invest, get involved in the community, and it's all like this. It's not secret. I talking to Twitter, Medium, other forum posts, and that's it. I do my commission, but it's not forever. It's because people can see what I can do. I am learning what is the right commission, and I still don't get that. But working in the best commission for can get not only delegation from the dev team or from wallet. I like to get delegation from the small people, and a lot in this way can like Audit.one, you know, have some decentralization around your validation service. This is important in my opinion.
Amazing. So yeah, for me it's always was some of kind of example like of independent validation, and this is very interesting that we have today like validators who works in team and the validators who works with enthusiasm. This is two different points of view on the validation. How you think how we can create the environment for the validation that validators stop to concurrence between each other. For example, can validators create an agreement and say, guys, let's make the commission 50% minimum, everybody in the one day. Like what they will do if you come and all 100 validators 50% commission, and everybody will tell, guys, you understand, we are the one top 100 here, like let's rise up the commissions. So also this will be good for the network. For example, people began to get less, they began to sell it for the higher price of the coins will grow up. Of course we are thinking, okay, this is the real free market, and if some people began to make 50% commission, some people will make less, people began to delegate to them. But what if all validators will get agreement, like they already have a consensus in the blockchain? Officially all validators already have an agreement, and but what if they will do agreement about commission? I don't know who want to start.
Well, I can start. I think this can be possible. Well, there is a group can do this, but you can do this with all validators because there is very difficult when there are more than 50 validators. But can happen. But first, I don't participate. When the launch is coming, you can talk. You say, what is your commission? What commission are you planning? This is okay because people can say, oh, my plan is this, or I think this is okay. But I never see like everyone saying more. You see other people saying this is not okay. You can centralize the commission. Everyone is free to do. I always see this around the blockchain and almost in this community where I am working.
So number one, I think this won't happen because validators have reputations to maintain across multiple chains, not just one. So it's not like they'll do this on one chain and they'll get away on another one. So it's like it's never going to happen in that sense. Another is validators have a max commission change rate. Networks have that criteria so that validators don't increase their commission rate from, let's say, 10% to 100% tomorrow. And so Audit.one validator, if I'm not wrong, has a 1% max commission change rate on multiple networks. So even if that has to happen, there'll never be a proper sync for that. And in the first place, this will never happen. But in the worst case, if it does, validators will never be in sync in that context because everyone will have different max change rates, max daily change rates. So yeah, I mean, and nobody would want to take a hit on their reputation on, if you're validating 10 different chains, it won't happen.
I have a personal question regarding the logo of Victor's, like this kind of lab stuff. Can you please just explain why did you choose something like this?
Oh my God. Well, no, because it's like how I say it once again. The Bitcoin formula.
Bitcoin formula.
Very
Bitcoin
nice.
formula.
Laboratory.
So you,
How people ask in their life, what is alchemy, or how can I get Bitcoin? Well, I am the Bitcoin formula.
okay.
I know how to get Bitcoin. That's it.
Okay.
Very interesting. And
So you are a designer yourself, like okay. So you
I
can,
don't want to use the lab concept in my name, like Lea Lab. So I make one bottle. That's one day. One day I like to draw. I am colorblind, so sometimes it's difficult to me look on one colors and they say people, oh no, don't change the color of my logo. But it's because I am colorblind, and for me it's difficult to see other colors that people see. It's not for make special. Sorry about that.
okay. No. Yeah, that was just my question. Yes, okay.
So people who watching us can ask questions in the chat
I
of
have a
Iris
question for
Network.
you.
Yeah, okay. This is
Do you
great.
have time? I have a question.
Yes,
Can you
we
tell
have
me more
time and I
about?
will
Can you
let
tell me
on.
more about this Twitter booth for tips?
Kava tip board.
You are
Yeah.
working in something else for Iris about this?
So Okay, I will answer because it's also dependent of ecosystem. People can send and receive Kava and something like a tool for marketing and tool for community.
Last
Also,
I
it's
see, you can trade it, you can sell and buy it.
yeah, and after next
Wait
step,
some.
we understand that this is very interesting. If we already can send and receive Kava and tokens on Kava chain, and on Kava chain we have USDX, hard, and much more. If we can send and receive, all we need to do in the bot, it says that the bot something like a guarantee that people will not cheat with each other, and you can create sell order and buy order. So now Kava bot, it's the real peer-to-peer exchange in the Twitter. And we don't want to stop on this. We want to create small Uniswap in Twitter. We will add not only, now it's with Kava, USDX and hard. Next step, we will integrate IOF star name. Next step, you can connect the Telegram account network and Atom. And we will get small Uniswap for Cosmos SDK directly in Telegram, where every user with free commissions, without any KYC, without any commission for withdraw and to deposit.
Iris?
And we also want to integrate Iris, and we want to integrate their new. The only problem that we can't do it immediately, it's because we have the same problem like you. We don't have a lot of time and a lot of developers. And
yeah, Vladimir.
Yeah,
we can discuss it, but as soon as it's not really related to Iris, let's just conclude it and thank our guests because we are running out of time. So I thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for your amazing experience that you shared it. So I think see you next time because you are having like lots of networks in validation. So we will be meeting you in the next 2 weeks. Yes.
Next,
yes. I am going to pass in the next one for other validators come to the show. I am going to be in the next one. Next one is Cosmos.
So no, next will be about Validator Show. Will be about Akash network. It will be.
I am not validating in Akash.
It will be at 8th of January.
And for Cosmos, I think other validators
will be at 22nd of January. I'm really glad that you was watching us on Cosmos TV. Thank you, Audit.one. Thank you, Melia. This is so great and nice that you are come to share with us experience because nobody in this world have the university of the validators, and this is the real possibility to know what is validation, how to validate, and to understand something more and to know something new. I really appreciate you for your coming. Thank you, Rina, for your help. This is very nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you, too, guys. See you the next one. Thank you for this show.
Yeah. Later.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Merry Christmas. A Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas too.
And a Happy New Year.
Yes.